What is up, guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Nikki. If you are new, hello, welcome. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You are already here, you might as well. If you are returning, welcome back and hello to you. As you guys see in the title below, we are here today to talk about how to pass your RBT, Registered Behavior Technician exam. Now, I have been in the field for 6 years. 6 long years. And with that, I have had to do an RBT exam, but I've also had to renew my actual RBT certification with comps and different things like that. I actually at some point as well had to take my RBT again, just because it did expire. That's a whole nother story. But I am here to guide you through passing your exam on the first attempts. That way you can transfer from being a behavior technician to a registered behavior technician. Let's go ahead and get into it. I do have a few tips that I have for you all today. All right, so for one, what you want to do is you actually want to make sure that you are paying attention when you are in your 40-hour training. Now, I get distracted very easily, and if there's no one watching me, I'm going to take advantage of it. And that's what I did the first time when I became RBT certified, putting my phone down, not really paying attention to what they were saying. Don't do that. So what you want to do is you want to actually make sure that you're listening. You're actually paying attention to the different terms that they have in ABA. So what is a man? What is a text? What is an interverbal? What is all these different things that you use every day? They're going to tell you what those things are within your 40-hour training. So the best thing that you can do is not only listen, but you also want to take notes. So if you have a notepad, note paper, crayon, pencil, pen, whatever it is, write out notes. Just because if you're taking notes as you go and you're listening to these examples that they're giving you as well, you can look back at this information when it comes time to study for your actual RBT exam. So take notes in your 40-hour training. That would definitely be the first thing that I would do. Number 2 is you also want to take advantage of the resources that you have as far as social media goes. Facebook has helped me out the most, y'all, when it has come to learning about different resources. I actually just finished my master's, so I'm going to be a BCBA soon. Going on there and getting resources on how to study. They're going to tell you exactly what you need to do. People have created study guides for RBTs. They have created books for how to be an RBT. They have YouTube channels. So take advantage of social media. Number 3, back to YouTube. Watch those YouTube videos. They actually have mock exams for RBT exams. So what that looks like is someone actually just going over the questions that you actually might see, or similar questions that you might see once you sit down to actually take the exam. So watch those videos. And I know that it can be frustrating because some of them are like really long. I've actually come across videos that are sometimes 2 hours long, but do not let that mislead you. Do not make that, back off of not watching a video. Just because they're long, but they are informative. There is a lot of information in those YouTube videos. And when I was taking my exam, that was better for me just because, like I said, I'm not someone that is really a listener. I'm more so someone that is a visual person. Another thing that you can find on YouTube too are those examples. So a lot of times people will record themselves doing DTT. That way you can see what DTT, discrete trial training, looks like. Or they may show what NET looks like. And they may give examples on what a TACT is, on what a MAND is, and what all these terms that you need to know in order to sit down for the exam are. So watch those examples, just because you may be thinking, okay, what is a MAND? And you might read the definition for it, but you still might not even get it until you actually see someone giving that example. So watch those examples on YouTube, watch those mock exams. But not only that, I think I'm like on number 4. Please try to keep up, guys. I'll actually make a list and put it in the description box. Number 4 on the list is to take those practice exams, literally. And you do not have to spend any money. When I was getting my 40-hour training to become an RBT, the only thing that I paid for out of pocket was a 40-hour certification. And the only reason why I did that is because I wasn't currently working for a company. I didn't have a job at the time, so I had to pay out of pocket. But there are so many free resources that you can just Google. So just Google RBT practice exam, and there's tons of links that you can click that are all free. So take advantage of those exams. Just because, like I said, they may not be exactly what you are going to see, but they are very similar. And that's how it is in ABA, is they'll kind of throw trick questions at you when really you just answered like 10 questions ago, the exact same question. They're just kind of trying to confuse you so that you'll be like, oh, okay, well, I actually already answered this, but answer it again, because a lot of those questions do look similar. Don't let that part confuse you. I also want to talk about Quizlet. Now, I'm someone, when I was in my graduate program, y'all, I'm gonna tell you a little secret, and my undergraduate program, and when I was getting my associates, I am someone who took advantage of Quizlet, because what Quizlet is, for those who do not know, is literally a bunch of questions on whatever subject you can think of. So whether it's psychology, whether it's anatomy, whether it's English, it doesn't matter. You can literally go on Quizlet and Google and search pretty much anything. So take advantage of Quizlet. So if you are confused and you're in the middle of studying and you feel like you just do not know what generalization is, and you're like, I cannot figure out what intervention and baseline is, get on Quizlet and type in what is baseline in ABA or what is generalization in ABA. And those answers are going to come up. You're going to see that. Another thing that I feel like helped me is creating scenarios with my friends and my family. So, you know, me going over it and me being like, okay, hey, you be the child and I'm going to be the therapist. Let's go over. And with that role play and creating role play scenarios and different things like that. Just like how you would watch on YouTube those role plays, you actually can practice them in your actual real life. All you need is just one person. It doesn't have to be anyone who's even familiar with what ABA is. Just someone who just lives in your house or someone that you might know that might be able to help you. So do that. Also, when you're studying, a good habit that I had was to make flashcards. Not with the terms that I feel like I knew and that I was confident in, but again, those terms that I was confused about, like I didn't know what the heck they were. Like, what does this mean? Let me write on one side what the word is. Let me write on the back side what the definition is. That way, throughout the week, I can take a quick glance at it and look over it and take my time. So another thing that I felt to be helpful was to download those ABA apps. Now, some of them, like ABA Wizard, they actually charge, but there are also ones out there that are free. So literally, again, all you have to do is type in RBT prep or ABA prep, ABA exam prep, and boom, there it is. There's a long list of professionals that actually make these apps. And usually they are people that have some kind of experience in the field, so they know what they're doing. So definitely take advantage of those things, those mock exams, watching those YouTube videos. Create a study group. At this point, I'm just done counting. Please try to keep up, guys. Create a study group. Now, one thing that I found to be helpful was at the time of actually getting my RBT certification, I had a friend that was already in the field. Now, he had just started off as well, but he was actually working for a company. And what we did was we created a study group. And we would just meet, maybe not even long, maybe once or twice a week for like 2 hours and just go over the material that we had. What I found to be helpful as well is when I was in that study group to have a layout of all the terms that you need to know. That way you can go through and highlight what you need to practice, maybe check off the things that you already know. When you are sitting and you are studying for this exam, make sure that you are prioritizing the things, and that's just with any exam, prioritize the stuff that you don't know. If you feel like you have something down packed, okay, that's great. You can do that. But if you are someone and you feel like you are confused by these terms, prioritize that throughout the week. If you are someone and you are already working for a company as a behavior technician and you are waiting to sit for an exam, ask those questions. Take advantage of your BCBA. So if you are confused about something, pull your BCBA aside and say, hey, I don't know what this is. Do you think you may be able to give me an example or show me what this looks like? Or hey, do you know what this is? I was doing that a lot when I was in my graduate program. I would like ask my BCBA, what is this? Or can you show me what this looks like? And it was extremely helpful. It's so nice. And it's always easier, I feel like, and this is something I recommend, when you are becoming a registered behavior technician, become a behavior technician first, just because you create this inner circle of supportive people. If you're at a job and you haven't set for your exam yet, you're literally surrounded by people who know exactly what you're doing and what you're going to be sitting for. They know these terms. They've passed their exam before too. So they've been in your shoes. So you may be able to ask them as well how they studied. Now, I want to leave on this note. When you are studying for the RBT exam, do not overthink, but at the same time, do not take advantage of how hard the test may be. Now, you know, it's always good to walk into things with confidence and to feel like you have something nipped in the bud. But at the same time, you have to remember this is still an exam. This is something that is board certified, something that involves working with children that are on the spectrum. So they're going to take these exams and what they put into it serious because they want you to take it serious as well. So as far as time frame, I want to say study maybe a week or so before you sit for your exam. Take an hour out of each day, look over those terms, go back, check again, ask those questions, Google questions that you might have, but definitely put out some time throughout your week, whether you work, go to school, whatever it is. Take at least 1 hour out of your day to just go over those materials. That way, when you sit down, you are 100% confident and ready to go. But good luck. Please comment below if you guys have any questions. Please inbox me as well. I am active on Instagram constantly. I get those notifications that you guys send me. Thank you for that. I'm always open to answering those questions just because I know how hard the field can be. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully I helped someone out there who is planning on sitting for their exam. Hit that subscribe button as well as turn on that notification bell like I said at the beginning of the video. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.